Well, I don't know how much of this I can cover because it's like pretty long, right? So I might have to do this in a couple of parts. Um, but this is a new Mr. Snowflake video that came out yesterday, and I even find the title interesting: "Victims of an Empath." I'll be real with you, like every single person I've ever met who has called themselves an empath is a manipulator. They are not somehow more empathetic to the people around them, or they have some additional ability to feel what's going on, or that they are somehow being taken advantage of other people. Um, it seems like a really manipulative thing to say. Um, and I think of that the most when I think of a friend of mine I used to go hanging out with back in like 2015. And she was saying that to me constantly, that she was an empath while she cheated on her husband, broke up with the boyfriend that she cheated on. No, actually, that was not the one. It was like a family friend or something. And then started just like hooking up with a bunch of people on what's the older people one? I think it's Match.com, right? That's the one that the old people use. And she was like fucking like 3 guys at the same time and stuff. All right, look, I'm not gonna get into her situation, but there's some really interesting things here. And I do want to preempt this by saying that if you start with a relationship where they're both teenagers, they're both minors, then you can't. They're both minors, they're both teenagers. So there's a little bit of a pass you can run there, because clearly these are immature, undeveloped people. They haven't gotten to 25 yet, right? And 25 is when your brain is fully developed. So I don't even know what to say about this, but she basically has this relationship where she is absolutely taking advantage of this family, and the person who became transgender and is now identifying as a male was a couple of years younger than her. So I don't see this as like fully a situation of abuse that way, because 17 and 16, or 17 and 15 even, is still pretty close in age. But some of the other shit that's described in this, come on, Amber. Like, I mean, I get it, you were young, but have you not learned from this?
My fiance told me that she's calling me an abuser and a rapist. So not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like RAPE, rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. That got my blood boiling. Rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Because that's not true.
Okay, give me a hot minute because unlike Amber, I actually do my own laundry and I gotta move some around right now. Okay, alright.
Hi Amber, it's the Snowflake here, number one baby on the internet.
Shaped by the algorithm, y'all. Someone recently told me about that, and I had to look it up. I was like, what is that?
So, I don't know, hopefully you see this and hopefully you see the little clip of you from 5 years ago.
I watched the first episode, and I had a few tears, I'm not gonna lie.
Talking about how you don't want to die early. Because there's quite a few people worried about you. I get lots of comments and discuss with people. Yeah, there are a lot of people concerned. Because you are getting older. I'm getting older. I'm starting to get grey hairs in my beard now.
Might have to watch the next one.
Hopefully it gives you a little push to lose some weight. I am known as Mr. Snowflake online, and I make documentaries about interesting people. It was actually through a friend of mine how I discovered Amberlynn Reid.
You gotta fight for your right to Amber. Yeah. Yes.
I found her through, oh lordy, it's Jordy. I don't know why he's introduced me into all of these characters, but wow, she's got quite a backstory. It's pretty sad. I think a lot of these women who are not only suffering from eating disorders and monetizing it online, but they actually are pretty abusive people too, right?
So he was a bit stuck for who to do next. And so I came up with a list of different lol cows. I think Boogie was on there, Chris Chan, and Amber was right at the bottom. And then he picked Amber, and I was shocked because I thought she'd boring.
I think she'll be watching this. Hi Amber! Oh, sorry, we haven't even mentioned the t-shirts. We've gone full Am Baby. These are professional t-shirts.
Was mine see-through?
See-through.
I'm just wondering if you could see me next.
What were my first impressions of Amber? I remember liking her. I liked her at first. I made a few videos showing some support for her. I did a couple of community posts where I was rooting for her. I was on her side. I really meant all the videos and the posts because Amber was talking about how she was going to die. She was carrying too much weight. She was so unhealthy, and it did. It looked like she was close.
But that's part of the reason how some of these people have been able to get y'all to donate to them, is because they're like, I have such a sad story, and so therefore please donate to my channel, right? My story is so sad.
To death. She looked like that for a while now, but I genuinely supported her at the beginning, and even Jimmy did. Jimmy really meant the support.
Yeah, so in the start, I really enjoyed the fact that he'd started covering Amber because I'm a big fan of BBWs, which is big, beautiful women.
I was going to say though, should we wear the Amber shirts to the gym?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What if people look?
Well, I'll just go back off here.
Yeah, go on. Should we wear these to the gym?
Yes.
Right, Amber, we're going to go to the gym for you. We're going to do Amber reps. Actually, tell you what, we're going to try really hard at the gym for you, Amber. Hopefully that inspires Amber.
I think you're going to say Amber, aren't you?
I remember the exact moment I stopped supporting her. and it was during a live stream. But I'll do a Hulk Hogan. I know I ripped up the Am Baby shirt I had. I ripped it trying to be funny and trying to make the viewers laugh. But that is, I remember it, that is when I genuinely thought, I'm done with her. Because people have warned me for a long time what she was like. And I thought, no, we're going to see the good in her. But when they told me, watch how she treats her girlfriends, I watched, and yeah. I know during that live stream we were watching how she was.
Yeah, that's the thing, Amber. Like, do you not see that you have been abusive to these people and using them and manipulating them? And you're kind of doing the same thing to your audience, right?
Treating Becky. But people had already warned me how she treated her first partner, Casey.
Are y'all Native American? I'm black, white, Filipino, and Mexican. My mom is. Do you have any Native American? Because my mom right here, she's the one who adopted me when I was a baby.
Casey, known before his transition as Cassidy, was raised in Arizona by his adoptive mother, Nadine Cordero. Growing up, Casey struggled in school and was often bullied.
You know, I did a lot of dumb stuff in school. I wasn't really great in school. I was picked on, and, you know, I made poor choices. The world won't care about your struggles. I hate to say it, but it's true. The world doesn't care about your struggles. They don't care where you came from.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the world ultimately forgets about it to you and gives you a chance to move on. That's why it's not cool to carry your baggage from your childhood into your adulthood.
Or where you're going. But you know what? You can care for you. Make your life worth living for you, if not for anyone else. Make your life the best you can for you.
Casey would seek refuge from his struggles through the use of online chat rooms. It was there where he would meet Amberlynn Reid. Casey and Amber having shared.
I think that's an important distinction to note as well, is that Amberlynn seems to be scoping the internet to find the people that she wants to have these romantic relationships with. And she's coming across at this point as an internet predator.
Experiences with bullying and foster care instantly connected. Casey, who was just 15 years old at the time, entered an online relationship with Amber, who was almost 2 years his senior.
My first true relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. We met online.
Oh, we were together from 2008 to 2011. So it's almost 4 years, three and a half years. I met her online at 15. I met her in person at 16.
While we were in an online relationship, a long distance relationship, I would send her pictures of my face. I made her understand that I was a bigger girl. I told her my weight, and she really, really accepted that.
After about a year...
Yeah, however, you definitely leverage the angles, let's be real. What about full body shots and stuff like that? Like, you know, what Casey is going to explain right here about not being attracted to her when they first met. I kind of had the same experience with my ex-boyfriend. We had been chatting online for many, many months, and I took a trip out to DC, and I felt like it was inappropriate when I got off the plane that he wanted to grab me and kiss me right away. Because, number one, I hadn't seen him in person before. So I didn't know what he looked like. And sometimes it takes some time to settle into a relationship. Sometimes it takes some time to be like, okay, so this is what your pictures look like, and this is what you look like. Let me get used to this, right? So it can't be just like forced like that, like just grab me and kiss me. Um, but we were together for 7 years, and I tell you, I was there because he made me laugh. I felt like he was smart and he made me laugh. But if you were to ask me, was I really attracted to this guy? He certainly was not the best looking guy that I was ever with. And it was something that I kind of struggled with throughout the entire relationship, was trying to find that attraction, because he was also pretty verbally abusive a lot of the time. Because he was always depressed, he was always stressed out. First year was, it's my last year at VCU, so I'm really stressed out because I'm trying to graduate college. The next year was, my father is dying of cancer. The next year after that, I'm going home, right? Like, I am leaving. And he's like, well, I just can't even accept that. It just was, there was one thing after another. And I did let him come out to California and move in with me, because he told me, he lied to me and said that he had gone through some anger management therapy. But he lied. He also lied about saving up money for his move, and ended up having to borrow a lot of money from me in order to get out here. And I look back on that and I feel like I was such a sucker. And that's what I'm looking at here. Like, she's a lot younger than I was. Well, I'm sorry, he's a lot younger in this situation than I was when I was going through it, but it's very similar, where you have somebody move into your space and then it becomes really difficult to remove them from your space.
Being in this online relationship, the pair would finally get to meet in person.
When I first met her in person, it was in California. Because me and my mom went to California to visit my nana, and she lived in California, so she came and visited for a little bit. Which was cool. We had a good time, it was some good time. She told me that the first time she ever met me in person, she did not find me attractive whatsoever. I was freaking so shocked, so hurt, and so surprised. She was purely setting me down, and she was being honest that when we met in person, I wasn't attractive to her at all. Okay, when it comes to physical attraction, let me tell you guys this. I look for some, at one point, her personality was, I fell for her personality. I don't fall for someone's looks. I don't fall for keep up with hygienes, whatever, but I don't fall for someone's looks. I fall for their heart. I fall for their soul. I fall for their personality. It completely lowered my self-esteem a great deal, and I was never the same since then. Don't get me wrong, as time went on and we lived together, obviously she started finding me attractive because she started to get to know my personality. It's still... Yeah, but Amberlynn, you clearly have had decades-long problems with actually bathing yourself. So just like I said on the video that I covered for Foodie Beauty, Chantel, I'm going to recommend the same thing. You need to find a local community pool and start swimming laps every day. And yes, bathe every day. You shouldn't have a giant collection of perfume to try and mask your body odor, because it's not going to do it. And I've seen your videos where you spray it all over your neck like that. That's not even how you're supposed to do it. You either put it on your pulse points, or you spray a cloud into the air and walk through the cloud.
You don't fucking spray 6 squirts onto your neck. What the hell?
Really scarred me.
Despite the lack of physical attraction coming from Casey, the pair would still carry on their relationship.
After meeting her for the first time in July in California, she was going to come down for a month because I was going to take her to an anime convention. Stay a month, whatever. She was supposed to go back. I was there for like 2 weeks, and I called my mom, and I was like, oh my god, I miss you so much, because I was living with her and my grandma at the time. And on the phone, she told me, your grandma said you can't come back to Oklahoma. You can't come live with us. And I was like, what? Like, where do I go? Her grandmother said she couldn't come back.
Yeah, well, I've always wondered why a grandma never wanted her back. Did we ever find out?
Cassidy's mom was pissed because I think she knew right then and there she's gonna have to take on, like, me. I think it was like 450 square feet. There were like no doors. Cassidy and I ended up having to use the living room as our bedroom.
Why did this become Casey's family's problem? Right? Amber, why did you make this Casey's family's problem? A 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 15-year-old? They are poor. They live in a 1-bedroom apartment that's probably 450 square feet. And you literally made your life their problem. Why? Why did you do this?
I was 16 at the time. My mom was mad. We didn't have a lot of money. When she's talking about her small apartment, we didn't have a lot of money. We were poor. It didn't have a bedroom door. It was like a studio with like a wall, like breaking off the living room and bedroom. So she had a 16-year-old to raise. Plus, my mom was just getting into a new relationship, and then all of a sudden there's someone else that's there that she needs to make sure to feed. Yeah, it made her mad. But I fought for Amber to be there because she didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. I had no car. I had nothing. And I just got done being in a foster care. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, because being in foster care, like, you're very, like, taken care of in a sense, But, it was whatever. I fought for her to stay. I didn't want her to be homeless. It was, I felt that was the right thing to do. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna live with my girlfriend. Like, we're so in love. It's, like, so amazing. And I don't want to say I regretted it, but the things that happened afterwards, I kind of regretted our whole entire relationship. And I hate to say it, but I do regret our whole entire relationship. I do.
I totally feel you, because I feel like the 7 years that I spent with my ex, that I was doing everything for that clown, and I started keeping an accounting of how much I was paying in addition for him being in my house. And by the time I kicked him out, he owed me about $11,000. And I will never see that money ever again.
Now, Nadine, at this point, was already struggling to make ends meet. And now, she had to look after her child's adult girlfriend. So now you've got Nadine, Casey, Amber, and Nadine's boyfriend Dave all living in this tiny studio apartment.
Did you like Amber at first?
Yeah. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. She was nice. No bad for her.
Brooke said.
Yeah, she was nice.
Was she verbally abused?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she tough when she...
Amber always seemed to be making these disrespectful Facebook posts about Dave and Nadine, talking about how unhappy she was and how much she disliked them. Amber would go on to make videos about her time in Arizona, where she would be extremely soft-spoken and talking about how she was a victim of abuse while living there.
She hated me. So did her boyfriend. Several times he threatened to kill me. I was abused there a lot, in several different ways.
Big Cake said she wasn't allowed.
Well, Amberlynn, I mean, it wasn't your family. Why were you there? Why were you there? It's not like these people adopted you. They were not fostering you. Why were you intruding on their lives and expecting anything less than irritation from the situation? Right?
To sit on the couch at your house. And my mom never told her she wasn't allowed. My mom never said that.
Yeah.
It was Dave.
So,
Did she ever break any of your furniture? Said Zach. Yes.
yeah,
I'm scared that I'm gonna break a chair one day. I've never broken furniture in my life. I have never broken a furniture before. A little backstory, I've only broken a couple things in my life. Like, I got this really cheap chair at Walmart one time, and I used it a lot, and I ended up breaking it.
Why did they hate each other, Dave and Amber?
yeah.
They just clashed. Like,
She thought she knew everything about everything, every subject.
yeah, I was saying.
Tubed it, or she Googled it, or she known the fact.
Yeah, my IQ is just overwhelmed by how smart I am.
Oh, really?
Amber, who was a legal
I mean, you don't even have appropriate vocabulary on half of your live streams. Okay, so your IQ is supposedly off the charts. Wow, so she's a pathological liar. Is that where we're going with this?
was given a choice: either go to college or get a job.
I did go to college. I was going for my associates in criminal justice. I regret going because I was like forced to go. That's like a whole other story.
Yes, my mom said it was either.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you forced to try and get an education? You're so smart, right? I thought you have an IQ that's off the charts.
Work or go to school because I didn't want her home all day. Because I was a senior. I was a senior in high school. I went home all day. My mom and Dave were tired of her being home all day. My mom and Dave wanted her out of the house because she stayed in the house, God, 24/7 on her phone.
Without Nadine, Amber would have been homeless, but Amber still thought it was acceptable to go online and complain, like this one in particular. Maybe if I didn't live with assholes, I wouldn't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to catch the bus to be at school at 9. Maybe if I didn't live with assholes, I'd get a ride.
Maybe if that family didn't live with your a-hole, they wouldn't feel like they were compelled to take care of you. Oh my God, with the fucking entitlement.
Is she joking? Without them, she'd be living in a cardboard box.
So everybody who was living there, Dave, Nadine, Casey, were gracious enough to let Amber stay there and not be homeless. She was given the choice, college or work. She chose college, which didn't bring anything into the household. And Amber still felt it was perfectly acceptable to just go online and speak about them the way she did.
Amberlynn is a liar. Amberlynn made a Facebook post saying she wanted to punch your mom in the face.
Yeah,
Oh, hell no. Don't do that.
Oh, I would have kicked your ass out of my house so fast. I can't even. Like, literally, I've had people intrude on my home several times. And I've kicked their asses out so fast when they pull out their entitled bullshit. The last one that stayed here was an activist who refused to bathe, just like Amberlynn. She was just covering herself in lavender oil for a month and a half, and I kicked her ass out so fast because I mean that's some bullshit. She ruined the bed, the second bed that I had in my other bedroom, is destroyed because she got her body oils all over it and lavender oil all over it. Totally ruined my furniture.
So not only would she contribute nothing financially, she would complain about them online, and to top it all off, she was incredibly lazy.
Christina said that she even clean at any point in your house. Sometimes she do it on her own accord, but 90% of the time we had to argue with it. Did she give y'all a hard time about cleaning? Yes. Yeah. Cleaning, it was an argument. She'd avoid it. Did Amber ever cook, clean, anything productive at all? She cooked, she never cooked dinner for everybody. She cooked if she was hungry. It was more of an argument, Mom. Like, I had to argue with her to clean.
Like she was letting do her own dishwasher.
She said she was forced to wash everyone's clothes at your house. No, she wasn't. We asked her just to wash her clothes, or like I would put a laundromat, but she never put her clothes away. I was doing her laundry.
Yeah. Yes, we did her laundry. Rub her feet.
Massaged her.
Massaged.
Don't remind me that I massaged her feet. You never seen her feet, Mom.
Oh, God.
This would not be the only cleaning Amber would neglect to do. Even though Amber does claim to in fact shower, it is well documented that that is not the case.
Every day I was bullied. I was the smelly kid. I was the fat girl.
Well, reality cat, Amberlynn, that is all within your own control. You can eat less. I don't even know how they afforded feeding you, for fuck's sake. But on top of it, you're going to be the smelly kid because you don't want to take showers. Oh my God.
And then Mimi said, wait, she stank, didn't she?
Rarity cat.
Yeah.
I do shower every single day, so don't get this like wrong. It's just my hair and my face is not washed every single day, or you know what I'm saying. But my makeup does.
No. If you're taking showers, your face is going to get wet too, and your makeup will come off. Even if you don't use like a face scrub or something, it... Come on, Amberlynn.
Come off by itself within 1 to 2 days, 3 days, somewhere around that time.
The showering was hard to get her to do.
One of the reasons why Amber and Nadine didn't get along was because of Amber's poor hygiene, and that's understandable when you consider the small space they were all living in.
Did Amber shower at all? Just be honest, Mom.
Yeah, she did, but we had to argue with her, you know. She'd say, okay, I'll do it right now. Okay, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. But yeah, it's not every day though, but...
This unhygienic habit of Amber's would follow her for many years to come, and in one video, Amber would confess to having lied to her audience about her personal hygiene.
There was a large portion of 2019, if not the whole 2019, where I literally couldn't shower. But yeah, I would bathe in bed, and
I'm sorry, what does that mean? You would bathe in bed? Like, I get it if, like, you're a little uncomfortable standing in a shower because you're so large and you think you might fall over or whatever. So maybe you do sponge baths, right? Get out a washcloth and, wipe down your whole body and all that. Because, it's not like we don't know that you have giant skin flaps. And those areas of your body are probably developing heat rash, developing blisters or whatnot, and you're gonna have to clean that out every day and potentially put like Gold Bond on it and stuff. How can you be that fucking disgusting to yourself? To yourself. This is how you are treating you. I mean, this is setting aside how rude and entitled you are to the people around you.
It wouldn't even be frequently.
Didn't you go on to make a video of it in the shower? To prove that she showers.
Hello? Is anyone home? Oh, Amberlynn said shower with me and she meant it.
Wow.
It wasn't just Dave and Nadine who Amber was unhappy with. She was also extremely unhappy with Casey. She would even go as far as uploading a video titled, "I was in an abusive relationship, I was raped," which has now since been deleted.
So, I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in an abusive relationship before, and they told me how girls who stay in abusive relationships are just lazy and that they like to be abused. Now, I from firsthand witnessed my dad, my mother, my whole childhood. I told myself I will never be with someone who lays a hand on me. My first live-in relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. I feel very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer. So I'm able to say her name because she's a one.
No longer. She's not Cassidy no longer. I thought you said you had a high IQ.
Was person. Cassidy is no longer here anymore, obviously. I'm not gonna say his new name because we're talking about her. Transgender talk is too confusing, so we're just gonna leave.
Why are you being disrespectful to this transition? If the person is now Casey and identifying as male, why are you being disrespectful on this live stream?
Does that. So after about I want to say 6 months or so, things started, kind of changing and shifting. I don't really know if I want to go into grave detail. We still loved each other a lot. After 6 months, we'd been together for over 2 years, and we were living together and this and that, and I noticed we started arguing a little bit more. Just over stupid stuff. I can tell you that right now. I still remember the first time she ever got physical. We had a laundry room in the apartment complex we were living in, and we were walking to the laundry room, and I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but I let Destiny do it because I trust her. But I had this weird thing with people touching my laundry. Whatever. So
I can't even with how fake she sounds. Oh my god. I mean, Amberlynn, do you even hear the tone of your voice? It doesn't even sound real at all, what you're saying to us right now.
Well, that's not true, because we've got evidence of Amber not doing her own laundry.
was that undies? Oh baby. Chris always does the laundry. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't mean it like that. Crystal's laundry machine. Sometimes I help her. You can put the kitchen towels right here, and I'll put them in the. I do help sometimes. She was upstairs folding laundry without me because laundry is her chore per se, minus dishes and feeding the animals and stuff like that. So I like to do my own laundry. So I'm able to put it in the washer just fine. But Becky has to get it out of the washer for me. I can't, reach my arm in and bend down and grab my laundry because my stomach is in the way. I can't even do my own laundry.
Okay, Amberlynn, let's talk about this for a second. Because you have cats, right? So, and you now live alone. And it's not like you any thinner right now. I have nerve damage in my left leg, right? So it's difficult for me to get up and down too, for different reasons. It's not like I have a giant belly in the way, but I do have to be very careful descending and rising when, I'm going down to the floor. But sometimes you do have to go down to the floor, yes? And like, for instance, I have a cat as well. I only have one cat. You have multiple cats, right? You got Wasabi, you got Rarity, and you got what's the other one that's your favorite? She's her favorite. I don't even remember. I don't care about your cat names because it seems like you're not taking care of them. If you can't, get down to the floor, pull up a thing to, fold your clothes into and get that done, right? How the hell are you cleaning a cat box? How are you doing it? Can you explain that to me, Amberlynn? How are you cleaning the cat box?
Laundry fully by myself.
Even in recent videos, we've seen Amber struggling to do her own laundry.
So I guess I pull out this little guy here, liquid only. Okay, there's like a little, this is liquid detergent. Okay, so I guess that goes in there. Oh my God, watch me just spill everywhere.
Oh my God, this is so complicated.
Oh, there's like a little max level. Is there a place for me to put these guys? So it's set on normal. Okay, so should that just be it, you guys? I should just press start and call it a day.
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
She was helping me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about. I want to say this happened, it's been like 6-7 years, so memories are kind of like fading here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk, and I remember her dropping what was in her hands, and she took me by the throat, and she started yelling at me. I was like, what? And like, I was like crying. Like, she literally was having me by the throat, just like screaming at me. And then, she let go, obviously. And I think I was so shocked and so numb to the situation that I kind of just let it be. Honestly, that is the truth. She never really did that again. She would randomly like pinch me if I made her really mad. And I didn't even think anything of that then either. Honestly, I didn't at all. We've been together for about 3 years now at this point, and I feel myself slowly, I stopped being like sexually attracted to her. I loved her though. I know that. I don't know if it was like a best friend thing, but I stopped just feeling that like connection, I guess. So when it came to intimacy, I want to say about a little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault. This is when things got really bad.
So she's not attracted to Casey, but is going online talking about strap-ons and boom bang-a-langing.
Ugh, I don't even know how to share this, but I'm gonna have to. Okay, so Cassidy was very sexually strived. Like, is that even a thing? I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have sex.
Why do you feel like this was necessary to defame your ex-girlfriend like this? I mean, ex-boyfriend, technically, because she ultimately transitioned. Now, I guess when you guys were together, she still identified as female. But this is somebody who now identifies as male, and you're trying to defame this person. Why? 7 years later? 7 years later, you're going to defame him when his family actually supported you and took care of you for a couple of years at least.
Told me that the first time she ever met me in person, she did not find me attractive whatsoever. And I stopped feeling that for her.
No. Said you wanted to use a strap-on?
Like, I didn't tell her that. I would just, like, make up things like, oh, I don't feel good, or, oh, I'm on my period, like, even though I wasn't. And just little things like that. And it made her pissed. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for, like, a month, or whether you've been with them for, like, 6 years, if you say no to a sexual act, your partner should accept that. That is where I firmly stand.
Okay, yeah, but nobody believes that you actually get a period. Give me a break. All right, this is going to be part 1. I got to stop here because I have some errands to run, and we're coming up at 45 minutes, and this is about the halfway. Well, no, it's not even close to the halfway mark. I can't even. But, oh my God, what a disaster. She's such a disaster. Amberlynn, oh my God. Start swimming some laps in a community pool, for fuck's sake.